We're a custom painting company, so I look for guys that can cut straight lines, meaning when we do a dark color on your walls, that you're getting that white ceiling with that straight line, not that jaggedy line or not the tape line where you can see where it was taped off. So I look for guys that actually have that steady hand who can just go around a room, cut it in with that straight line, and they're moving really fast. You can see the difference between a knowledgeable, experienced painter and somebody who just knows how to put paint on a wall.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. I'm Adam Helfman. We got John Cox from Prep Right Paint in studio. John, what's the website if people want to call you?
Our website is paintmichigan.com.
Paintmichigan.com. That's
Yes,
easy.
it is.
And if you want to listen to the radio show, folks, on an app, radio.com is the app. For people who want to know, you just got to take a text for that. So, John, let's talk about when you talk about pricing a paint job, let's go through a house. Homeowner has vaulted ceilings in the foyer, in the living room, and they want to paint the kitchen, and they got a full house full of furniture, and they want walls and ceilings. Do you charge per square foot? Do you walk it? Is it individually priced because you see it yourself?
Yes, every job is going to be priced individually. I get that question a lot. What's your price per square foot? Well, I've got about 9 different square foot prices, depending on the type of room. Do we have high ceilings where we're going to need a lot of ladder work or setup of scaffolding? Do we have rooms that have a lot of openings that we have to cut around? So rooms that have a lot of doors and windows and other types of openings are going to be more per square foot than a
higher labor
20-foot tall wall that has no windows or doors on it.
Okay, so that's the reason. So if someone wants a paint price, they need to get a thorough estimate from you, and you break it down.
Right, exactly. When people get prices over the phone, they're always disappointed when they get their actual estimate or bill for the paint job. That if a guy says, "Oh yeah, I can, paint your house for about 50 cents a square foot."
Is that square foot of wall or floor?
Wall space. If you're talking floor space, that changes everything. And any painter who prices a paint job based on floor square footage is not calculating things properly. I see that a lot where painters will do that. They say, "Oh, it's a 500 square foot room, and I'll just, charge $3 a square foot of floor space, so $1,500." But then there's 50 different cutouts, openings, or things that need to be cut around, and a ton of repairs that need to be done.
Is there a rule of thumb on a square footage per wall space? Is it $1, $2, $3?
There really isn't. It can range anywhere from $1.75 to $4 a square foot.
Oh, it can go that high.
Right.
You know what I hate? This has happened. You know it because you were a recipient of it. Homeowner goes into hireitdone.com, says, "I need a painter," and they don't detail it. It says, "Yeah, I need a painter to paint the rest of my house." The keyword "rest of my house." So they decided, they watched HGTV and they said, "Well, you know what? We can do this." And they end up painting the walls, but they got the high ceilings and they're like, "Screw it. We're not going to paint the ceilings." And then they get close to the ceilings and there's like an edge where you can see where they stop painting. So they go to Hire It Done, they call, and you come out there and you're like, "What's the price here?" And they're like, "Oh, we just want you to paint the ceilings." Really?
Right. A lot of times people call us in to do what they call just the hard part. Well, of course, just the hard part is 90% of the work. So they really didn't save themselves anything by starting the job themselves, because if we're going to take over a paint job, we're going to redo the entire thing. We're not going to paint just the top half of a room. It's never going to turn out right. It's not going to look right. We need to roll those walls top to bottom in order to get things to look good. If we come in and paint just the ceilings, which a lot of times people do, because even the do-it-yourselfers have a hard time rolling out a ceiling where they don't see roller marks. And so,
is there a secret to that?
There is a secret, and I'm not going to tell you.
Not even a hint?
It's rolling in the right direction away from the light.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. But, okay. Good for you. Thanks for letting us know that. It's $1 million tip.
Yes, exactly.
How long have you been in business?
We've been in business since 2005.
Nice.
Yep.
Every year, better year?
We've had some really great years and then a few bad years, like a lot of people did.
Yeah, it was
but
tough.
We survived the downturn in the economy, and we're doing better than ever now. Got more painters working for us than ever before.
That's a good idea. Let me ask you a question. What's the biggest challenge you're having right now in business? Last year was labor. We all know everyone could use more labor. What about this year?
Well, it's a combination of still finding the high quality labor to grow with, but also just the consumers out there that are willing and don't see a problem with trying to take advantage of contractors. At the end of the job, trying to renegotiate the price, the threat of, well, I'm going to go on Yelp and say bad things about you unless
Keyboard gangster.
Right, exactly.
I get that. That's a terrible thing. We found out over time that 50% of the complaints, and we don't get a lot, but 50% of complaints against all contractors that come through me are the homeowner's fault. And it's growing. Because, we find better contractors, right? We want to look for the ones that are solution-minded. So when I hear what the homeowners are saying, I'm like, what? You expect what? This isn't like Judge Judy. You know what I'm saying? You had to come home early to walk the paint with the painter, and you want him to pay you for you coming home early? What are you talking about? Like crazy stuff like that.
Right.
Someone egged the house after he's done painting, and you want him to fix it for free? Explain that to me. You know what I mean?
Right. So, I find with myself, like most ethical contractors, that when somebody has a legitimate complaint, it's fixed. They don't even have to mention it more than once. It gets fixed because we want to do the job right. And nobody is perfect. My painters do make mistakes. We come in and we fix the job. We're going to make sure it's done right.
Didn't we talk about that, being solution-minded?
Right.
That's the key. And you're that way. That's why we have a good relationship. How many paint jobs did you do for hire done last year?
We've done a couple hundred paint jobs.
And it's a good relationship. And the homeowners thank me. We love John Cox. This guy showed up. They were in and out. Boom. He was never the most expensive, never the cheapest. He was right in the middle. That's what you want.
Right. I want to make sure that people see the quality, the professionalism, and the value in the price.
Well, that's the best part. Do you have a favorite food?
Donuts.
Really?
Yes.
Do you remember that place called the Prune? What was something Prune?
Was that the place in Canton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the Fractured Prune it was called. It's not there anymore.
No, it's not.
They used to make the donuts, fry them right in front of you. I used to go there for going out that way. It was the best because when you eat those donuts, the tips of your fingers were glistening from the oil. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
What's your favorite donut in town?
Looney Baker has the best donuts.
Looney Baker, where are they located?
They're in Livonia at Farmington.
Oh, yeah, 96. Yeah, right there. I've been there. That's good stuff.
Yeah, my 10-year-old daughter won't go anywhere else for donuts.
There's a place that the New York Times said had the best donuts on Woodward in Pontiac. I can't remember the name of it. Like crazy good donuts. But there's Donut Bar. That one has like the Fruit Loops and the Oreo cookies and all the crazy stuff on it. I just want a good glazed donut, or something good.
A good French cruller is my favorite, or half a dozen French crullers.
Right? Why didn't you bring any today?
Well, I'm living that keto lifestyle most of the time, so I can't eat donuts
healthy
every
keto.
day. It's not, but it keeps me looking good.
I understand. That's why all the ladies are lined up for you.
Just one.
I'm kidding. I know that. What did you do? What did you do before you became Prep Right?
Well, I was a vice president of sales and operations for a company that made gas detection equipment.
Oh, how exciting.
Yep.
What kind of gas? Like from cows?
We detected hazardous gases, so we did oxygen monitoring, CO2 monitoring, explosive gas monitoring, ammonia, which was one of our specialties.
Nice. Dogs, cats, other pets. Do you have any?
Just one dog, a black lab.
Perfect, right? Does he come into all the sales calls with you?
No, she stays at home, but she's great. She can be at home.
What's her name?
Her name is Shigo.
Shigo? Is she listening?
Probably not, but yeah, my daughter's named her after the
Where'd she go?
Kim Possible character, the villain. And
I gotcha. She looks like that?
Yes, yeah, kind of that green glow to her. Her black fur is so shiny.
Do you have a prediction for business in 2019?
Oh, it's going to be our best year ever.
You're convinced?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. John, let me ask you: are they going to paint the wall?
Are they going to paint the wall?
Yeah. Is the government going to paint the wall? Do you want to bid on it?
Oh.
The border wall.
Well, yeah, I'd love to get that job. It'd keep us busy for a while.
Lots of paint. Lots of paint. It's all good.
As long as we can get approval on the funding.
I'll take it. Like, listen, I got a guy.
Well, I need my funding approved.
Well, we're only going to paint the American side.
Oh, okay.
The other side, we get cheaper labor.
That's what I hear.
It's all good. So if anyone wants to get a hold of you and get a good paint job, what's the number to call?
Our phone number is 734-416-1400.
Go to hireitdone.com and you'll find John Cox as well.
That's the best way.
Right?
Yep.
I want to thank you for coming in. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
I love being here. It's always fun.
If you want your house painted properly, friends, that's how you do it. Go to hireitdone.com. We got John Cox from Prep Right. He'll come out to your house. He'll give you the best. Sherwin-Williams is the way to go?
Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore are two favorites.
All right, awesome. Well, there you have it, my friends. Another great weekend on Hire It Done. See you next week.